Hey everyone, I'm Brittany. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a minute since I have filmed anything, but the overwhelming amount of response to my last video, I mean, it was truly amazing. So I wanted to make the video today kind of an update. It's been a year since I've had my tummy tuck, and I have actually a ton of stuff to tell you guys, as well as I went through the comments and in my DMs from Instagram and put together some questions, or like the most common questions that I've got about the tummy tuck. So we'll go ahead and jump in. From the title of this video, it's Don't Do What I Did. And obviously answering your questions. Before we get started, please pause the video, subscribe, check the notification bell so you don't miss any time that I upload, and let's get started. So yeah, it's been a year. It's crazy. I cannot believe how fast things have gone by, but I have received literally a year later, I'm still receiving in my DMs on Instagram all the time your questions, and so much love, and just so many people who are so supportive of, me sharing my journey, and I just really appreciate it. Of course, there are some trolls, and listen, if you are one of those people and you're gonna write something rude to me, I will block you. I don't have time for it. I just don't. So, what I'm about to tell you, you're probably gonna go, duh, but you know what? Here, it is what it is. I wish that I had waited to do the tummy tuck until I got to my goal weight. You're probably going, hello, that's fucking common sense, right? And yeah, it should be, but if you're like me, I'm super impatient and I wanted it done, so I did it. And while I am super happy and I am happy with the improvement, it could be better. It just could. And I feel like if I can give that to one other person who maybe was like, good enough, then this video was worth it. So I just wish that I would have got to my goal weight, because while it is, it is good, it looks good, it could be better, and I know that. So I will say, I want to put that out there. The other thing is, when I was going for my follow-ups, I had to go kind of a lot. If you watched the last video, I had some stuff where I had like a collection of fluid, and I had to keep going to the doctor for them to make sure it wasn't infected and to make sure it was draining and this and that. It was kind of whatever. I noticed on the left side that I had like an extra pocket of tissue or, whatever. And the doctor said that, oh, it's just swelling, it's just swelling, it's just swelling. Well, it's been a year, and it's definitely like, it's called, I think, a dog ear. I'll insert the photo here so you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to have it revised, not with the same surgeon. I am happy with that surgeon. It was fine, but I wish that he would have made that revision, because I mean, as a doctor, you probably know, but it is what it is. I also said that I was not going to have any more surgery for a really long time, and it's funny how quickly you forget. It's like with childbirth, So I want to next summer have like a breast lift, and I'll probably do the revision at the same time. But yeah, other than that, some things I've noticed a year later is I'm still numb. Like, it's super crazy. Like, I still have a lot of numbness. Like, when I run my hand across my stomach, or my husband will like touch me, I'm like, oh, like it just feels super weird. And it's like, I don't know, I just didn't expect like a year later to still have like so much numbness, but I sure do. What else I wish I would have probably done was, the doctor that I went to did, I guess, liposuction in it with, like, it was combined with the abdominoplasty, but I didn't pay for additional lipo. And now looking back, hindsight, I wish I would have just added the additional lipo. So if that's something you're considering or going back and forth with, just get it all done at once. Just like do the damn thing. A lot of people have asked me, would you do your tummy tuck with the abdominoplasty, or do your breast with the abdominoplasty? And hell yes. Hell yes. Like, hindsight 2020, get all that shit done at the same time, right? Just get it all done. Go through all that recovery and all that crap all at once, and be done with it. So moving on to some of the questions I got, I put up, I tried to answer everyone who got to me, everyone who messaged me or commented on the previous video. I tried really hard to make sure that I reached out to each and every one of you. If I missed any, I'm really sorry. Like, I honestly I'm still surprised at how many messages I get from that video. So I did put together a list though of the ones that I wanted to answer because these seem to be the most common ones. So how long did I wear the compression garment? I wore the compression garment for about 6 weeks. The first 4, like 24/7, I loved the compression garment because I felt like it gave me so much more support and helped me like stand up straight. I did have the, what's it called? The muscle repair. I forgot what that's called, but so my back was very like hunched like this and it was super uncomfortable. So that did help tremendously. And actually the next question after that was, did I have back pain? Oh my God, I cannot believe that I didn't answer that in the last video. So much back pain. The back pain is unreal because you're literally just like hunched over for a while. So yes, I had a lot of back pain. Do I still have pain? No. I do notice that if I do like a bunch of strenuous stuff or whatever, I will get sore. And it's not the kind of sore like when you work out. It's like it's hard to explain, but sometimes I do still get sore, but it's not like, you know, like pain or anything. How did I pay for the surgery? That was a common question. People want to know how you pay for large surgeries like this. For me personally, I paid half cash, half care credit. So I financed half of it through care credit. They have like a, it's almost like a medical credit card, and depending on which doctor you go to or whatever, I think it is, you can get like 0 interest for 24 months or 12 months or however long it is. So I half cash, half financed. And people wanted to know what it cost. Now this is going to be different, obviously, based on the area where you live and anything like that. But for me, it was $9,000. And that was just for the straightforward abdominoplasty. How long till you go back to work? I went back to work, how long did I go back? Oh wait, I wasn't working full-time. I wasn't working full-time when I had the surgery. I was like, I don't remember taking off. God, Brittany, I cannot. Okay. Oof, I don't know. That's going to vary person to person. I would say 2 weeks for sure. I mean, if you work a desk job, I don't know. The first 2 weeks were really tough for me. So, I mean, I would say at least 2 weeks. Give yourself 2 weeks for sure. How long do I recommend the lift chair? So, in the previous video, I recommended that renting a lift chair. I actually didn't know anything about it. A girlfriend rented it for me, and thank God she did, because that thing was such a lifesaver. I will try to find the link to where she got that from, or like if it's I don't know if it's available in every area, but I will try to link it below so you can find it, but worth every single penny. I had it for a month. That was like the month, that's how long she rented it. I would say at least 2 weeks. I slept in it for 2 full weeks, you know, after my surgery. So when can you drive? I started driving about a week and a half after my surgery, and I was very sore. The hardest thing was like being able to turn to see, you know, and like make sure that you're, you know, obviously if you're just driving straight, you're fine, but it's still a little bit challenging. I think I was like a week and a half when I started driving. Were you able to get your kids to school? I did. I managed, but I don't recommend it. If you have to do any kind of lifting at all, then you need to get some help, because like I mentioned in the previous video, my children were too little, and one of the #1 questions that I get in my DMs is how old do I think your kids should be before you do the surgery? I can't answer that for you. I can only answer what I recommend or what I think, and my little one was only 1 at the time, and that was some hell. That was some hell. I recommend, like my older one at the time was 3.5 or 4. She must have been 4, and it was okay. So I mean, I don't know, 3.5 or 4. Whenever you aren't picking up your kids all the time. Did I get massages? No, but I wish that I did. So that's another thing that I do notice is along my incision line, I have on the right side especially, and that's where I had that pocket of fluid. It's almost like, I don't know if it's scar tissue or what, but there's definitely like a hard spot underneath my scar, and I do massage it now with like a jade roller to like try to help break it up, but I wish that I would have gotten like the lymphatic massages to help with the healing and make sure that you don't get that scar tissue along your scar. So I highly recommend doing it, but no, I didn't do it. Is it worse than a C-section? This is single-handedly the most common question that I get from strangers, from anyone who knows that I've had one. For just single-handedly, this is the most common, is how do I compare it to a C-section? There is no fucking comparison. There is none. None at all. It's 100 times worse. It is what it is. So, yeah, there's no comparison. Where can I get the garment? So the compression garment that I recommended, I purchased it from a local store. It was like a Colombian shapewear store here in my area, but I did link it's almost the exact identical one on Amazon, and I'll link it again in this video. So if you're interested in getting one of those, highly, highly, highly recommend it. I could not have done it without it. So, anything else? Oh, okay. So I get a lot of compliments on my belly button, and I'm gonna insert lots of pictures, you know, throughout the video and here at the end. I used this silicone ball while my belly button was healing, so that, I don't know if you've ever noticed on some tummy tucks, it's like a straight line, it looks like a coin slot. I was terrified of getting that kind of belly button. Not that I was like, not so terrified that I wasn't gonna do it because anything was gonna be better than like the sad face that I had before, but I really wanted a natural looking belly button. So I purchased one of these. It's like a silicone ball, and you put it into the belly button, you know, while it's healing to keep it round. It was from a brand called Silogen, and I'll link that here below. Highly recommend it. Your belly button's so numb that it doesn't really feel like anything. It did bleed a tiny, tiny bit, but I asked my surgeon at the follow-up visits if that was okay. He said totally, because, you know, it really did make all the difference in the belly button healing. And I'm so happy that I did that because it is super natural. So, the other really common question that I get is, how's the scar? It's huge. It still sometimes shocks me. It really does. I mean, it's from hip bone to hip bone. I'll, you know, insert pictures. It took me a long time to get used to the scar. I mean, when you see yourself like just across your whole body, you know, I kind of feel like Frankenstein. And it's crazy, but you know, I don't know. I'm used to it now, but still, it's a scar. It's a big scar. I wish that it was a little bit lower. I find that the sides, especially when I'm wearing bathing suits, I obviously have to wear thicker bathing suits, and you know, I feel like I'm constantly like, you know, kind of like, oh, make sure they're not showing. And it's not that I care that much, but you know, I don't know. It's something that I do have to deal with kind of on a regular basis. So. This leads me to the next thing that I'm going to talk about, and probably my next video. I'm actually doing, it's called Intense Pulsed Light IPL treatments on my scar. And let me know in the comments below if you want to see what I'm doing. It's basically, the IPL is to attack the pigment in the scar to basically lighten it and make it less visible. So I'm doing those treatments, and I'm going to, if you'd like, you know, share the process and show you what the actual treatment looks like, you know, what it looks like, what it looked like before I did a treatment, because I took pictures before I did the treatment. And yeah, so let me know in the comments below. If you have had the surgery since my last video and you had commented or asked me any questions, please share your experience below. I have so enjoyed all of you. You know, it's one of those things. It was why I created the video, and the whole journey in the first place was to bring women together and make this not like a weird taboo thing. And I just feel so happy that I did it, and I want to continue to share my experiences and the things that I do. So please leave your experience, you know, good, bad, ugly, all of that in the comments below. If there was something that you wanted to know that I didn't answer, please you know, feel free to let me know. Or if you're not comfortable, you know, find my Instagram. I'll link it below, and I'll chat with you there. So again, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.